How about that? West Ham have just beaten Tottenham at Wembley in the League Cup, and we're through to the quarterfinals. This is my dad. Dad,
Brilliant.
massive.
Massive. To beat Spurs at Wembley, fantastic. What more do we want tonight than that, boys?
Yeah.
What more do we want?
Listen, there's been so much negative stuff going on recently. We were going into this game feeling negative. Everyone was down. And what a pickup we need. What a pickup we need. Dad, let's just quickly talk. Do you know what? There's so much negative stuff going around. Let's just quickly talk about the first half. We looked at the teams and we thought, not much.
No.
Not much excitement.
No.
You said to me earlier in the game, the biggest
Incentive.
I
thought
was
Carroll.
Carroll coming back. You're a
yeah.
big fan of Carroll's style of
big fan
play.
of Carroll.
He causes havoc, is what you've said before.
Yeah,
What is your
yeah.
opinion of him?
Well, I think I love Carroll. I like the way he plays. However, it was other players that won the game for us tonight.
Yeah, but before we jump onto that, let's talk about the first half. And let's do this really quickly. So let's actually say, what was the problems with West Ham in the first half?
I think we weren't pressing. We weren't on top of the Spurs team.
Yeah.
I think the Spurs team were starting to run it again, like they did at our place when they played us before. They started to play a little bit like as if they were on the training ground, and we weren't pressing. We weren't getting there early enough. We just didn't show enough excitement or enough push.
For me, I didn't see fitness as a problem. Did you see fitness as a problem for
No,
West Ham?
no fitness
There's been a lot of talk recently about we're not fit. Do you know what? I don't buy that for 1 minute whatsoever. What I seen was a team of 11 players that genuinely did not know what to do in the first half.
Yeah.
And when you seen Tottenham get the ball, we did not press their defence. But when West Ham got the ball, the Tottenham forwards pressed our defence, and we just couldn't cope. We panicked. We conceded a couple of goals. They weren't great. The players' heads went down, and bang.
Yeah,
and that was the first half.
That was the first half. Yeah.
Second half, you said
Different.
You said what's he going to do in the changing room?
Yeah, well, I thought he was going to give him a really good talking to in the training room.
And we've just watched the interview with Mark Noble, and he's pretty much backed it up. Maybe people will turn around and say he had to do it. He's got to say that, but do you know what? I believe he absolutely did, because if you watch Bilic on the sidelines today, he was passionate, and he has always been passionate, but he definitely gave them a rollicking.
Oh, definitely.
Now, you picked up on in the first half one of another player that was given a lot up front with Carroll was Ayew.
Ayew, yeah. I thought Ayew tonight was brilliant.
Yeah.
I really was. I mean, his work rate was good. In the first half, he played well. He was tackling back and whatever. In the second half, I mean, he was just outstanding. He was holding the ball, playing it off. Also, Carroll was playing it down to him. But I think that Ayew showed really well tonight.
And if you look at one of the goals that Ayew scored, you'll see that Ayew played the ball through to Lanzini, another player you were excited with in the second half.
Yeah, Lanzini I thought plays brilliantly
There's
well.
so much negativity. We rely so much on this one player, and it's true, we do rely on this one player.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, sometimes when we rely on him and we get what he gives, it's just that sometimes it's unplayable what he gives to the team. And he got the assist for Ayew's second goal, which was just unbelievable to think that we were 2-0 down.
Yeah.
It was all over.
Yeah.
And to come back from 2-0 down to
and that was a brilliant shot also that made the goal for Ayew.
Yeah, and that was Fernandez's shot.
Fernandez's shot was brilliant.
Something I've noticed with him recently when he's played even in the development games is he does like a shot.
Yeah.
He always shoots from outside the box, and they're powerful. They always seem to be on target, whether or not they get blocked or not.
And Ayew was in the box. He was at the right place inside the penalty box to put it away.
And I think that's potentially what we have bought this guy for. Now, he gets a lot of stick.
Yeah,
he
does.
He didn't play that well against Swansea.
No.
But again, if you think about it, he wasn't played in the position that he was bought for.
No.
Now, the biggest key problem, in my opinion, with one of the West Ham games is we're buying these players but not playing them in position and giving them a run of games in their position. If you give a run of games for Ayew in his position, look at his stats. His stats must read really well for goals he scored for our club.
Yeah.
But then,
what about also, Tom? We should be giving a shout out to Adrian.
Yeah, absolutely.
A couple of really good saves tonight. I thought just kept us nicely in there with a chance, which we then well and truly took in the second half.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think it's really going to do wonders for our back line to have Adrian chasing up, trying to challenge for that first team spot, and probably sparks another debate for another day about whether or not we want Adrian or Hart.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, Adrian tonight,
he was great tonight,
and he's given himself a really good shout for trying to get selected moving forward.
Yeah.
And we'll just see what happens with that front. Another player you were quite impressed with tonight was Cresswell in the second half.
Yeah, I like Cresswell. I think he gets forward, he crosses. Unfortunately tonight, some of his crosses were lost in as much as that Carroll wasn't able to get up there to convert. However, other people were there. They were in the box, and Cresswell, he does serve a very, very good a good cross.
Then let's move on to the third goal. The third goal we did not expect from a player that I'm not a massive fan of Bonner, but he does seem to sometimes pop up in the right place at the right time, specifically in cups. And he's done it again. He's put his head at the end of the cross and bang, the ball's gone in the back of the net. 3-2 up. We went a bit mental.
Yeah, we did.
In the house, and 3-2 up. And I mean, we're just all lost for words. To be honest.
It was just lovely to see the Spurs fans sinking into their seats a little bit tonight, and our boys, 5,000 of them, showing and singing Bubbles. That's what we really want. At Wembley.
Yeah, and to be honest, for anyone that wished that we got beat tonight, for any sake, for Bilic out, for the board out, I'm not a fan of the board, but do you know what? You never wish your team to get beat. Doesn't matter how bad things are. We were here behind them. We were supporting them from home. The fans, we heard them.
You heard them,
we heard them in Wembley very clearly. We heard you guys, and keep that up. That's amazing. We have the best support. I don't care what anyone says. We have that best support. 3-2 up, and then after that, what we said was, and we were talking in a group chat, and some of the guys were saying, it's definitely, this is adrenaline. The game started to calm down a bit, and the fitness levels picked up. To me, there is no issue with fitness in our team. To me, there is an issue with the ability that the players believe they've got. They're a team of players that don't play together. And in the second half, on certain spurts during the game, they showed they could play together.
I think the end game, the way we played at the end game, it's our Tottenham, started in the beginning. We held the possession and we started to play the ball about. It looked as if we were then on the training ground and not Spurs.
Yeah, and that's one point that my dad had picked up on in the first half. When you watched Tottenham playing against us, it was like we were in a training ground exhibition game.
Yeah, really.
They were playing, and we pinpointed it. They were playing the diamond shape, playing 1-2 balls, running around all our players. Our players were static, not moving. That's not down to fitness levels. That's solely down to the fact that the players don't know what to do and don't know how to deal with better teams than us and better setups than us. Maybe that's a coaching problem. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Second half, we came out. We were motivated. We were intense. We were pressing on the ball. We were a different team. A team that we know that we've got in there in that squad that can play.
And they showed it in the second half, and I think they were playing for Bilic as well there tonight. I mean, I think it'd have been under tremendous pressure after this game if we'd have lost it tonight, and then perhaps gone on and everything depended on the Crystal Palace game for him. So I think the players responded to him and must have responded to his talk at half time. Must have done.
And again, if any of you's watched it, look at the interview at the end. Again, it could be what Noble's saying, but he takes a lot of the blame onto the squad and to the players, and right enough, I think he should. There is problems with the managerial. We don't really know what's going on in there. We don't know who to believe, to be honest, anymore. So to be honest, you need to make up your own mind with regards to that. But for me tonight, it's a bit of positivity that we needed at the club on the lead up to the Crystal Palace game, which is a massive game for our club. It's the kind of last game.
And how about a win at Wembley? How about that, guys?
A win at Wembley.
Brilliant.
Listen, this guy was present back in the FA Cup finals, that we were there, so you understand the importance of winning in Wembley.
Definitely.
And to be fair, I understand the importance for winning a playoff final at Wembley.
That's right.
So we just need to take the positivity. We need to progress with this win and move forward into the next couple of games. Have you got any final thoughts?
Just come on, you Irons!
Come on, you Irons!